And we are, there we go, we are live, late again. This is episode number 43 of Talking Tech, the semi-weekly podcast by MobileTechTalk. I call this one Drop the Bomb brackets Note 7. That'll become clear shortly. So last week I was busy, Dom was busy. No, Dom's jaw was playing up. Craig was busy, and Mark was the only one around.
Yes, because we were going to ask Fred back on, but I think he was doing something.
I think Fred was doing something as well. So it's
So we were going to push it back a day, and then everybody with something or whatever. And so then it was going to be push it to Wednesday, and by that it's just like, fuck it, just like push it a week.
Just leave it this week. So no, we've got a shorter rundown this week.
Yes, and just to sort of also clarify, part of the reason that we're super late getting this done today is we were also going to have a special guest, but apparently NatWest's banking systems have gone down, and so anybody who knows me probably knows who that is or would have been. But yeah, so if you're banked with NatWest, take all your money out right now because we're going to be fucked.
Go with Nationwide. Take your money out and go to Nationwide.
Yeah. And also, we did speak to Fred, but Fred is dying with plague. Apparently, the plague is going around.
He's got man flu, basically. But it's all right. He's in Edinburgh. So just stay out of Edinburgh. Job done.
Well, not so much Edinburgh. He's in, like, Livingston. So, yeah, Livingston is basically a shopping centre with some houses. Livingston is one of the new towns.
Oh, right. It's where all the posh people live.
No, you're not understanding what new towns are. New towns were places they built post-war, right? Predominantly in the 60s. So in Scotland, the two ones that people will know of are Livingston and Cumbernauld. Cumbernauld is the place that every year, have you ever heard, Chris, of a thing called the Carbuncle Award?
No.
Okay, do you know the word carbuncle?
Probably somewhere down the line, but it does not spring anything to mind.
Well, essentially, it's an award given to a place that is shit and ugly. Cumbernauld the running, I think, is the UK town of choice for that award. Because
oh God, how's Measham not got that?
Okay, you need to Google Cumbernauld.
Yeah.
Okay, and you'll begin to understand, like, oh dear.
Yeah, I was just gone onto Twitter, and for some reason a tweet's been put out with some what appears to be Russian from the MTT account, so I'll just get rid of that. So the first we'll press on to try and make some time up. But the first bit of news is around the Note 7 again. Seems like all we talk about. But there was a modder who had his video pulled from YouTube, who basically took a Note 7 and reskinned a bomb, which, if I recall, was C4.
Mod. Yes, this funny. I mean, silly, but funny.
Funny mod.
Yeah. I think it was myself. I don't know. Did you see this independently from me?
I saw it. I saw the headline somewhere on Android.
Oh, it looked at the same
and then
one.
You sent me this one, so I was like, "Oh, that'll do."
Yeah, funny. So basically, mod 4 game reskinned an explosive with a picture of a Note 7, so you can throw your Note 7 as an explosive.
You know, the best part is though, it sticks to objects.
Yeah. I suspect Samsung lawyers weren't super chuffed.
Yeah, it was taken down due to copyright reasons. How they justified.
Well, basically, what Samsung will have done is they will have paid an extremely expensive lawyer an absurd amount of money to write a letter saying, you take this down, or we're gonna like throw lawsuits at you. And their lawsuits would just simply cost so much money for them to fight. It's just like, okay, sure, we'll take it down.
I did see he did kind of. It's been uploaded again in thousands of places on channels, websites. So obviously they're not going to be able to take everybody down because I don't think Samsung have got the time and day to do that. But there is a revive. I have seen the video, and oh my god, is it funny! If I can find the Android Authority link, I will put it in the notes as well. But no, I did find that one quite humorous. Note said, this is what I found interesting, is the Samsung Galaxy Tab 10.1, this is the headline, fills the S Pen void left by the Note 7. For what I can understand, this is solely for the US market. It's basically a Galaxy Tab SA, I can't follow that line anymore, with an S Pen. Tab A, sorry. So it's basically an Exynos 7870 octa-core processor, 1920 by 1200 display, 16 gigabytes internal, up to additional 256 micro SD card, 8 megapixel rear, 2 megapixel front, 7,300 milliamp hour battery, and it is shipping with Android 6.0. And it says should be in retailers in 4 days. I don't have anything to say about it. It's just a tablet with a stylus.
Yeah.
On old software, if you ask me. So I'm not too bothered about it. I've kind of given up on tablets still.
Well, to be honest, I mean, like, well, for starters, I mean, Android abandoned tablets like a long time ago. I mean,
the last usable Android tablet was the Nexus 7 I had 2012.
Well, no.
On Lollipop. That was perfectly fine. That 7-inch form factor was great. But
well, that wasn't the issue. It was when they killed the tablet UI. That was Google declaring that Android doesn't do tablets anymore.
Yeah. See, I had the Nexus 7 2012 in 2013, just as the 2013 model got released. And it was a very nice size, and Android worked beautifully on it. Everyone's probably seen my review. If not, go to MobileTechTalk and check it out. But I had the Vodafone Tab Prime 7, which essentially was a 10.1-inch tablet, and it had Vodafone. It was fairly standard software with some Vodafone tweaks. I did mention some of them tweaks in my review, and it was just too big. 10.1 inches is far too big for a tablet to run stock Android.
Right. Okay, this is where I ran away. Although at the moment I have let both of them basically die because.
Well, that's an OG huddle right there.
Yeah. So
that did Android well. That still does Android well, actually.
It does. I mean, it works absolutely fine. I really have no issues with most of it. The thing I do have an issue with is the fact that there is an entire sort of bottom centimeter of the screen is taken up with 3 fucking stupid little buttons. Right? It's retarded. It's a complete and total fucking waste of space. Same thing on this. You know,
that's the Lenovo one.
It is the one with the little
kickstand.
Yeah.
Is it the one with the projector or just the kickstand?
No. The one with the projector is the really expensive Windows version.
I thought they did an Android version with this projector.
Not that I know of.
Oh, okay. I might be wrong. I just.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, this is actually really nice. And Lenovo did do a little keyboard that keyboard / cover that fit on, but they refused to sell it in the UK, and it was like £100 and something. So they could
just get a Bluetooth one for that.
Yeah, I mean they could shove.
I mean, you've got the kickstand already there, so you don't need to have
exactly. I mean, literally, I could, if I wanted, have this, take this from my keyboard, and boom, there you go.
I'll tell you what you could do.
And pair a mouse.
And pair, yeah. You could take that Lenovo tablet and you could use it as an extra monitor for your computer. And that would be one way around your needing more space on your displays.
Nah, because that would be like crappy thing like the Air Droid, whatever. But yeah, in short, really what I'm saying is Android gave up on tablets a long time ago.
Yes, there is rumors of a Huawei made. It was called Nexus, but as we know, they've kind of killed the Nexus name in favor of the Pixel, which I've seen a couple of the leaks. They're nothing really groundbreaking, so that's why I've not really talked about it. But the Nexus 7 to me was a great tablet, and I would have loved them to continue on. I think if they did, I would have brought. But no, like I said, anything over 7 inches is far too big for stock Android. Unless you are Samsung making some tweaks, but even then their tweaks are a bit lousy these days. Still talking about Samsung. This is taking, well, most of this is Samsung related. This is one I'll leave to Mark because I've not read up on this. But the S8, apparently Samsung are considering to use LG batteries.
Yeah, I saw about this. To be honest, I don't see why this is especially news, apart from the fact that, because we're all laughing at Samsung because they did something stupid. Samsung has always been really, really, really on the ball. Samsung is a company that, whilst they might make all the individual components that are able to go into phones, a lot of companies in that situation would insist that they must use everything in-house. Samsung has never done that. If somebody else makes a better something, Samsung will quite happily use somebody else's. I think in some of the Galaxy S ranges, they've used an LG cameras before. They've certainly used
Sony sensors.
Yeah, the Sony ones, because Samsung make their own, and by all accounts, that some of them are really good. But they decided that Sony made a better one, so they picked the Sony one. So if LG is making a better battery than Samsung is making, Samsung will use whoever makes the best battery.
This is the, I just pulled the article up, I'll just have a quick read. First comment, while you're at it, Samsung, ... make them removable.
Yeah. I do kind of feel that that's really what they should have done. And if they had been removable in the first place, then I think none of this
would have happened. No. Well, it would have happened, like the first battery recall would have happened.
Well, yeah, but it would have been phone
recall. It would have been a battery recall.
It wouldn't have been so much the recall. It would have been, right, everybody who's got a Samsung, go onto our website, fill out a form, and we'll send you two new batteries, or we'll send you out a new battery and a case. And that would have been the end of it. People would have gone in, done that, they would have been fine and happy, and they would have, thrown their old batteries either in the bin or posted them back to Samsung. There would have been no story.
Yeah. Talking of Galaxy and Nexus, this is an interesting headline I found interesting. The Galaxy Nexus has a ROM for Android 7.1. I don't know why it's big news, but I did find it nevertheless. And the first thing I thought of when I saw it was, didn't Mark say he wanted something the Galaxy Nexus size?
Oh yeah, I mean, to be honest, the Galaxy Nexus for me has been physically the best phone ever. It was a perfect size. I love the curve to it. I loved the fact that most of the weight was all in one side. so that whichever hand I was holding it in, if I wanted to hold the thing landscape, if I'm holding it with my left hand, I just put the weight all at that side. If I'm holding it with the right hand, I put all the weight at that side, which is partly why this as a tablet is the one I like, because whatever hand you're holding, well, lever effect. You want all the weight where the support is. So yeah, Talkin is great fun.
Yeah, so I thought this would be one Mark might like, but he made a good point earlier. The specs are a little old.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, the screen is fine on it. The CPU is kind of fine on it, but I mean, it only had like 768 megs of like usable RAM.
Yeah, it's advertised as 1 gigabyte.
Yeah, but a bunch of that was GPU,
yeah.
so it couldn't actually use.
Yeah, I imagine most of the what's the word I'm looking for? Most of the storage chips might be a bit worn as well, so that may be an issue. But
yeah, I mean,
a little bit nice, nevertheless.
Kind of. It's nice to see that it's getting it, and if nothing else, it's a giant to Google and Qualcomm. Because they're going, oh no, like things we don't support. We don't support things like anymore. And it's not that you can't, you just don't want to.
Yeah. To them, it's not viable.
Yeah. It's like if a bunch of like random little hackers in their mother's basements can do it, Google, sorry, but you should be, if Google, if you're sitting there and still saying, no, you as one of the world's largest behemoths can't do it, then
yeah. So this next story is one I saw and one that I instantly hope doesn't happen. If you follow Instagram, you'll know, or you use Instagram, you'll know they adopted Stories, which was basically Snapchat. And if you follow the same people on Instagram and Snapchat, you'll quite often see all they do is repost the same stuff, the same Snapchat, the same story on both, which becomes very annoying when you're trying to go through and watch everything. But some screenshots have shown that Instagram and might be doing live video. So it's basically another Meerkat, which, as we said, last episode before, Meerkat was killed by Periscope. And do we really need another live one? I mean, you've got Facebook Live, YouTube Live. I think they have a mobile app. Do we really need another one? Or is it just me? Like I said, it's just a couple of screenshots so far.
Who owns Instagram now? It's Yahoo, isn't it?
No, Facebook.
Oh, is it
I'm
Facebook?
sure it's Facebook.
Oh, it could be.
Who?
Yeah, Instagram is kind of douchey, so it probably is Facebook.
I think Facebook brought them out.
Yeah.
Developers Facebook, yeah. So Facebook now own them.
Yeah, to be honest, I think this is just Me Too.
I could understand if it was doing something Facebook doesn't, but it's not. It is doing the exact same thing Facebook does.
Yeah, but it's all about branding.
Ugh.
Well, you see, Facebook is kind of a bit chavvy, frankly.
It's old as well.
Yeah, everybody's on Facebook. Facebook's a bit chavvy, I mean, ordinary, poor people use Facebook, your parents use Facebook, and people who use Instagram are generally iPhone-wielding douches. And so they like to feel superior. So if Facebook can brand this as, oh, but this is the Instagram version, it's much better, it's for better people. That perfectly sells to that demographic.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not really blown away by it.
Yeah, no, I don't like Instagram.
I like it, but kind of still, no, not going to say that. I don't mind it. I'll admit I use it, but all my Instagram posts go to Twitter anyway. So for me, it's just a way to store it all off.
Well, to be honest, I mean, I used to have no feelings about it, but the only thing that I just find mildly irritating is the Instagram. They started, they wouldn't post the actual images on Twitter. They would just post links.
Yeah, I do. They still do that, but I use if this and that, and I've got an if this and that recipe that someone made, and it does it as a native picture with a link, and the picture actually shows up with the link to Instagram. So if you want to have a look, just literally go to me. I'm at Chris Wallace 959, and you'll quickly see what I mean.
Yeah, no, I mean, to be honest, like Instagram, if Instagram like closed tomorrow, the impact it would have in my existence would be approximately zero.
I'd say I have a slight, but literally only a slight. I'd just find some other way of doing it. But that's just me. So if anybody remembers the Remix Mini or Remix OS, you'll know that it is basically a desktop variant of Android, essentially. They work with, I won't say they work close to the Android, oh God, this is technical.
886.
That's the one. And about a year ago, they released a little mini PC, had HDMI, VGA, HDMI, USB, basically everything you would expect from a little TV box. It was taken off to somewhat of a success. Well, they then went out.
Well, it's about as successful as any Android TV box has ever been.
Yeah. But obviously, they then came out with Remix OS for PCs, and then the whole concept running it off a USB drive. And they've done several different products, Dan. Well, they've just on Kickstarter, I believe it is, they've just launched a new device that runs 7.0 out of the box. And it's nothing special, apart from that it has support for 4K. So it's an RK3368 optical processor. There's a PowerVR SGX6110 chip for its GPU, 2 gigs of RAM, really, 16 gigabytes of onboard storage, along with micro SD card up to 128, the usual. HDMI 2.0 and 4 USB 2.0 ports, Wi-Fi, obviously Ethernet, and it says even a VGA port for those folks using old-fashioned technology.
Yeah, a VGA port is kind of a bit.
I don't understand it. Why this? It's a bit odd to have on a TV device.
Well, a lot of TVs do have them.
Yeah, I mean, this monitor I just brought has HDMI, DisplayPort, and VGA still.
Oh yeah. Because one of the things that I guess normal people forget is in business land, VGA is still really common.
Oh God, yeah. Look, go into a college and look at their computers. What are they all connected via? VGA.
Because it's been everywhere for so long.
And it's cheap for it.
Everywhere. So
it's like the headphone jack.
Yeah, it's like once you've got that quantity of, you are just simply everywhere. It takes a really, really long time to actually get away from it, even if something better comes along, because everywhere there is VGA. If you go to a conference suite somewhere,
VGA, HDMI, they'll be there.
What VGA will be there.
HDMI, I've seen in quite a few of them actually.
You might see in a few, but I wouldn't bet on it.
No, I wouldn't bet you bottom dollar. For the example of there's 2 of us at college. We bring our laptops in just because the college computers are quite old, so they're crashing out a bit on Word. And I personally just unplug the VGA connection out the back and just pull it around to the side of the laptop, plug it in.
Yeah.
So this laptop has HDMI and VGA. His laptop's newer, yet it doesn't have VGA.
Yeah, and you'll find that especially commercial aimed at laptops are moving away from it because it's a big old-fashioned clunky port.
It's not that big though. I'm just going to have a look
if you're wanting one of those silly, like, thin laptops, it's comparatively a big socket.
But it's no bigger than a HDMI socket. Well, it is a little bit bigger, but probably by about 1 or 2 millimeters.
No, it's quite a bit bigger.
Yay big, a little bit. But you can just use HDMI to VGA adapters or USB to VGA adapters.
Well, you can. I mean, you can convert anything into VGA. That's certainly it's very easy.
Have audio. Obviously, VGA doesn't transmit audio.
Well, yeah, that's true. But a lot of port sockets will allow you separate audio because the 3.5 millimeter jack is everywhere. Still everywhere,
Apple, despite you trying to kill it off.
Yep.
I know they've got a event coming up at some point this month. Be interesting to see the event. Yeah, I think.
Oh, yeah, I saw something about that. There was some rumor that there's not going to be any new MacBooks or something. And to be honest, it's like, I don't care.
The Apple special event, 7th of September, 2016. That was the last month. There's an October event. I know there's an October event, and I don't know.
To be honest, I don't really care whatever Apple do, because whatever it happens, Twitter will certainly let me know.
Yeah, I think it was people are estimating it is a Apple, a MacBook event. See, yeah, it's the 27th, so 5 days, 4 days, 3 days. Somebody do the maths for me. It's too late in the evening.
Yeah. The rumor is that basically no hardware.
Yeah, I'm seeing MacBook, you're seeing no hardware. If you go to their site, it just says, hello again, join us here on October 27th at 10 a.m. PDT, the Pacific Standard, to watch the keynote live. So, am I going to watch it? No, I'm just going to wait for Twitter to tell me.
Yeah, no, it's what you do is Twitter lets you know when the event's starting. And at that point, you need to get off Twitter, because all that will happen is it will go ping, 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 ping.
You just have TweetDeck open and you just sit there.
Yep, no, you don't bother with that. You go away and you watch some TV show, right?
Okay. This is anything on TV anymore.
Oh, well, I don't like broadcast TV. I mean, Luke Cage. If you haven't watched that, watch that. It's pretty good. And then once the event is over, you come back, spend a total of 2 minutes reading one article, which will have nicely condensed everything of importance that happened, and without, it's magical. It's like, no.
Or you
unicorns are magical.
Or you just go on YouTube and look for a 30-second rap if you're too lazy.
Yeah, but those normally take a little bit longer to create. So.
Yeah. So again, it's $99 on Kickstarter, and obviously we say it's Kickstarter, don't expect it, but
yes, you are not buying a product, you are investing in a product.
Yeah, but with this, this is one of them projects I would say will actually launch.
Yeah, there's nothing, I think, super fancy about the hardware here. They've gone to, like Foxconn or someone like them and said, this box, this spec, how much?
Yeah.
Okay. And Remix, they've done the OS stuff.
Which they actually seem to do, from what I've seen, a really good job.
Yeah, everything I've seen about them and everything I've ever heard about them is, yeah, people like them. But
I've never tried running. I tried running it, but the PC that I was using was just a pain in the rear end anyway, so I wasn't surprised it didn't work.
Yeah, I mean, I basically want from a TV box. There's two things I want. I want local storage streaming, which
Check.
this box should do absolutely fine. And I want like Netflix.
Yep, and this is basically, in its simplest, it is Android in Windows. And what I'm trying to get is it has the Play Store, has everything that you see on your phone, but it has
it's Android
Windows.
with a custom launcher.
Yeah.
Is what it is. I mean, it's quite a heavily customized launcher.
Oh God, don't get us wrong, it's heavy.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not it's not like Nova versus Apex.
No.
Where they're technically different, but actually incredibly similar. This is much more like Windows than usual Android.
Stock Android on a TV.
Yes,
it's
crap.
not that bad.
No, it's
I've
crap.
experienced worse.
Yeah, well, for a while, I could run away and get, but I can't be arsed. Back in the days when the Sensation XE was, top of the line phone.
Yeah, I know where you're going.
An HTC phone. Yeah.
Top of the line.
I had a little dock for it, and it had, micro USB in for power, and it had an HDMI socket
out to the TV, and it'd do some weird shit, and it'd look somewhat usable.
Well, the Sensation supported a technology called MHL, which is basically HDMI out over micro USB. Yeah. So HDMI socket in there, plug it in at TV, boom, phone screen replicated on TV. The Galaxy Nexus line and the Nexus 4. Actually, did the Galaxy Nexus have MHL? I think it did.
Yes, it did. I looked up.
And then the Nexus 4 and the Nexus 5 had the open source version, which was called Slimport. So
I don't think the 6P and 5X got anything in.
I think by that point they realised that no fucker is using
Nobody does it. Yeah.
Yeah. But these things existed. So for a while,
and they worked.
Oh yeah, the Sensation XE. I had a little Bluetooth mouse, and I don't know where I put it.
But a keyboard is what I'm going to guess.
Yeah, that little super tiny Bluetooth keyboard I have.
Oh, very similar to the one I've got.
Bluetooth mouse, Bluetooth keyboard.
Oh God! See, hang on.
Like literally, I mean, it is. Oh, I had it upside down. The thing is tiny. It's like smaller than the screen phone.
Yeah. See, when I use mine, I use one of these.
Yeah, same kind of deal.
Just
they technically work. When all the typing you're doing is you're typing in your Wi-Fi password.
Yeah, these are brilliant little devices. Yeah, I mean, the best part about this is it came free with the box I brought anyway. So, but obviously this is not Bluetooth, as you can tell. There's a slot for a little 2.4 gigahertz receiver. So not most phones support OTG, but these are brilliant if you want to wind somebody up with a computer, because you just plug it in the back and sit there.
Bluetooth, guarantee your phone will have Bluetooth.
Oh yes.
Your Android phone. I mean, if you want to use a mouse with your Android phone, you totally can do it.
It's a bit. It's a bit janky. It's a bit janky.
No, actually, it works pretty well because it's just like mouse pointer appears on the screen.
But if you want to swipe, you've got to go over to this edge, click, and drag. So
yeah.
Swiping it's a little bit what's the word?
Different.
Unintuitive.
Yeah, it's not what you used to. I mean, you kind of, there are certain things you just expect to do on a touch screen, and obviously a mouse pointer is different.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you're absolutely in a desperate emergency and you need to, Word or whatever on the screen.
Yeah, it's like this. If my keyboard ever dies, tablet.
If you've got a 10-inch Android tablet, mouse, Bluetooth keyboard. It might not be the ideal, working environment, but you get Word on Android.
You get Google Drive built in. If you can get around that, you've got obviously the Word apps, many writers.
I wouldn't want to write a dissertation on it, but
I'd like to try writing a review, but that obviously I'd end up using WordPress, so it wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, it's all doable.
Yeah, I mean it is. Well, as long as you know wherever you've got a keyboard that you're fine to type in, you could use it.
Like I said, even the USB one, just don't do Control-Alt-Delete. Whatever you do, it does. It restarts the device.
Well, then.
Yep. I found out the hard way once, in the middle of watching something. Yeah, so we'll leave that one as it is. We're actually looking at Audacity, very good time for once.
Well, we didn't have all that many stories. I was actually thinking, was there not some other story that I had thrown up last week that we kind of... Oh, yes, there was one. The broadband one.
I've got that one, the broadband.
And there was also the one previous, going back, was the which parts of the UK get the best mobile broadband speeds.
I forgot about these.
Oh, and even slightly further back, we had the Sony Ear is now available to pre-order.
So yeah, I'll let Mark cover these since.
Okay, right. Well, the Sony Xperia Ear. If you remember way back to the beginning of the year, Sony did what I think I called at the time, it's bag of crazy.
Bag of crazy. I like that.
They brought out a bunch of really
random,
just weird things, and one of these was the Xperia Ear, which kind of looks like a little Bluetooth headset.
Well, I want to call it a headset earpiece, more like.
Well, yeah. They're all that size now. They're all like tiny little stupid things
that you shove in your ear rolls and try not to deafen yourself with.
Basically, like what Ahura had. That's what they look like. So it's that, but it has built into it Sony's personal assistant, which is Sony's version of Amazon's Alexa or Google's.
Do we really need another assistant?
Well, Sony thinks we do. So, and I don't know how their assistant performs in relation to everyone else, but I find the form factor really, really interesting.
Yes, if you don't mind looking like a twat all day.
Yeah, I mean, you will look like Ahura. I mean, you will. That's what it's for. But back in the days, I mean, I don't know about you, Chris, but my grandfather especially, he would absolutely not wear a hearing aid, and even like glasses. I was like, ooh. There was a time when people, saw glasses as, weird. That's for old people.
Yeah.
Whereas, now people just, if you have glasses, okay, nobody cares. So I think there will come a time when if you've got a little Bluetooth earpiece in, like, no one will care.
True.
So.
Yeah. I remember seeing it. I didn't think much of it.
I wouldn't buy one, but I'd love to play with one. I think the idea is super cool.
That's like most things. Most people don't want to buy one, but they want to play with one.
Yeah, I think this has potential to be super, super cool.
If done right.
Yes, if it's done right. I mean, what this basically is, as far as I can tell, this is like an Amazon Echo that lives on your ear.
Connects to your phone, I believe.
Yeah, for data. So.
Yeah. But the interesting bit, will it have to be a Sony phone?
Nah, don't think so. I think as long as it's got Bluetooth data connection.
Yeah, like Android Wear.
No.
And any of the smartwatch on my phone's just gone off.
Yeah, it should connect to anything fine. So, yeah, I mean, this could be crap.
Probably will be crap.
possibly, but it could also be like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if you just went, I don't know, it needs a name. Like, what do you call it? Do you call it Alexa?
No, I can't think of anything smart to say.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, what was their dog called? Was it Ibu? Remember the Sony dog?
Yeah, that's when they did that whole.
They made robot dogs that were like £1,000, and they were the coolest thing ever in the universe.
I vaguely remember, but I couldn't think of a name. Let's search LG drugs. No, not what I'm searching for. LG dogs.
No, it was Sony.
Oh, fuck me.
What's he getting
Sony
LG?
dogs. I do not know. Oh,
I'm sure it was
AIBO.
Yeah, Ibo or Ibo. Yeah, either way, Sony, our suggestion to you is your personal assistant thing, like, it needs a name. I'm gonna go with Ibo because that's Sony and that's kind of cool, and it was the coolest thing ever. Seriously, like when that came out, I would have killed people to get one of those. I so would have, because I mean they were really expensive, like really expensive.
Well, did you really expect them to be cheap?
Oh no, no. I mean, no. I mean the things were incredible, because you know, I mean, you probably won't remember them. Were you even born?
I remember something along them design lines, so it was probably a knockoff of some kind. Mid 1998, so I would have been born.
Yeah, so you would have been like the same size as the dog, basically.
I remember seeing some. Then after that, a load of companies started doing cheaper ones.
Yeah, there were like lots of little like toy ones, but I mean, they were not the same. I mean, when that thing came out, I mean, it was like as good as, well, it was like as good as like humankind knew how to make. I mean, there's a reason that thing was like insanely expensive. I'm trying to find numbers, but
yep. So
I can't see it.
Yeah, I've kind of seen a couple of pieces.
But yeah, I mean, the RAM, like it had, oh god, like we're looking at the specs. The 1998, oh, right, no, the ERS-110 had a 50 megahertz processor and a whopping 16 megabytes of RAM.
I'm just watching a video and it's, oh my god, it kind of acts like a real dog as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, like and it's Japanese people, so there is apparently like some weird cult of people that basically treat them like real dogs and like have like
that's
real,
the video I'm watching,
like real emotional attachments to them and stuff. You know, like take them for walks and shit. Like Japanese people be crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one there. And I believe the next.
So we've named it Ibo. So yeah, you talk to the silly Ibo thing in your ear, and she can tell you, I don't know, like what street you're on or wherever.
Yeah.
Stuff.
So we'll move on to the next one. Which
well, the next two are
kind of linked, actually.
Yeah, I mean they're both basically about broadband. The first one we're going to go with is mobile broadband, and the people over at Alpha, with an R instead of an A.
I was going to say.
Yeah, it's like basically it's PC Pro, but the parent wanted like a new trendy name, so that's what they're called. They, in conjunction with, who was it? Oh, right, the people that provided the stats are Statista.
Ironic, simple,
right,
easy, straight to the point.
Yeah. So it's a slightly kind of weird name, but okay. So they have run around the UK seemingly and tested the average availability of mobile broadband and the average speeds. Now, we don't really know how they have tested these things, because some of the areas that are listed, such as London, fairly obvious. London, fairly small. You can pretty much get all around that and pretty much test everywhere equally.
Yorkshire
Scotland.
and the Humber, yeah, that was a bit of an odd one. That's quite big.
I mean, some of the regions, like all of Wales, is a region.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, basically, there's like in Wales, the population is like a little line at the bottom, a little tiny line at the top, and then around. Is it Aberystwyth? No, I don't know. The bit in the middle on the coast that there's a University of Wales, something begins with an A. There's another like town there, and basically the rest of Wales is just
grass,
hills. Like there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing there. And to be fair, Scotland is quite similar. There's like a little bit in the middle, tiny wee bit that kind of skims up the coast, and then you've got Inverness, and then the rest is just nothing. So, I mean, Scotland ranks here the average availability on 50.4%.
And the high speed, the average speed is 21.1 megabytes per second.
That's for Scotland.
Yeah.
So that is pretty good, but there is no breakdown based on whether that is the Central Belt or whereas that's like fucking Shetland Isles.
Yeah.
Actually, in the little map that they provide, Shetland and Orkney, you don't exist. So
yeah, true. They've got Stornoway on there, I see, but it's not got the Shetland Isles or anything.
By the way, you know Stornoway is a town, not an island.
I thought it was on the island.
It is on an island. I don't know where.
Okay.
Yeah.
One just off the west coast.
One, yeah. I mean, there's millions of islands, but nobody lives on any of them. And I mean,
people like, live there.
No, seriously, it's like
half a dozen people.
Basically, like the little bit in the middle, the little tiny bit up the side, Inverness, and the rest there is like 2 people. Like, seriously, it's just wilderness. But yeah, Scotland. So Scotland comes out at 50.4% average availability.
Wales isn't too bad either, really.
Really, Wales comes in at 35.4%.
I'm on about the speeds. The speeds have been quite. You can see them being consistent most of the way through.
Yeah, although interestingly, if you look at the speeds, London is the one that's lowest.
Yeah, I did find that a bit odd. But then
the reason for that is
about more people being there, bringing the speeds down.
So there will be people using it. Whereas in Wales, clearly, they're not so much with the people. So, but I mean that availability figure, it seems very, very low in comparison to the number for Scotland, especially if you look at actual coverage maps.
Yeah, I tell you what I did say. I didn't see anything for Northern Ireland.
Oh no, it's there.
Oh yeah, so
what found out?
Yeah.
58.5%, and if you look, it's actually the highest average speed.
So we all need to move to Northern Ireland.
Well, they had a thing where essentially the local government helped roll out broadband, particularly VDSL connections.
Which is quite a slick slide over to the next one.
Kind of, yeah. So basically, if you live somewhere where mobile broadband shit, you probably live somewhere that real broadband is shit too. So,
I like that.
The next one in our broadband theme is local councils have said central government should fund the broadband rollout, basically. In the same way that central government provides rules and whatnot for things like electricity and water supply, because they are considered to be essentials of life, effectively, as is telephone, they have said, well, we think this needs to start applying to broadband too, and central government should get its checkbook out.
Yeah. not a problem for most of us since we all have broadband anyway.
Well, what kind of broadband is it you get?
It'd be VDSL, I imagine. It's advertised fiber, but it's E, so it's going to be VDSL.
Yeah. No, unless you're on hyper optic, like you don't get fiber.
There's probably the only ones that spring to mind.
No, they don't provide fiber either. It's a coaxial cable. It's a bigger metal cable than what BT will give you, but it's copper.
Oh, is it copper? I wasn't the impression.
It is. They like to try and make out that it's not, and they like to try and point out that it's fiber. It's not.
Yeah.
It is a bigger and much better cable than what BT will give you. It is. So, yeah, I mean, it's better considerably, but it's still not fiber. So why Ofcom fucking lets them do that? I mean, like literally, I mean, it's absolute blatant lies. It's like, hi, this is glass. It's like, well, no, actually, it's metal. No.
Yeah,
but honestly, but we can just say that it's glass.
Yeah. But let's face it, who's going to buy VDSL?
Well, yeah, I mean, basically all the broadband suppliers have decided that the entire British population are all a bunch of fucking retards and can't understand such technical things like VDSL versus ADSL.
ADSL is the slow stuff and VDSL is the slightly faster stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know whether it's an acronym or a backronym, but it's, the V essentially stands for very. As in very fast.
Very. What does
DSL
DSL?
is digital subscriber line.
Very fast. Yeah, that'd work. Still subscriber line. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, but I mean, the technology V is for very, because it's like ADSL, but it's faster.
Yeah.
And over shorter distances.
Yeah. So. That's all we have news-wise. And just doing a time check on Audacity, we are at 52 minutes-ish. So in the interest of, well, I say keeping it short, I bet Mark's going to make it over an hour.
Well, I was just going to say, like, one of the things we didn't kind of touch on is the organisation that is essentially said government, like, cough up, pay shit. What they want is 10 megabits.
That's not a lot. Come on, that's standard ASDL. Like,
well,
in fact, that's slower than standard DSL. My old DSL was 15 down.
Well, ADSL 1 is up to about 8, ADSL 2 is up to about 12, and ADSL 2 Plus should get you about up to 24, but dependent on how far you are from the exchange. So, yeah, they basically want...
people have 15, because that's what most places have these days, are 15 on the basic packages.
Well, yeah, but they're all dependent on how far away you are from the line. What they want is everybody to get
15,
at least 10.
Yeah,
and if 50. Whatever tech doesn't get them that, then spend whatever does to get them at least that.
Yeah. So I'm going to quickly flick into current devices because I've got one here. I have the Moto G4 Play, which does light up. I tell you what, this device does
sound rude.
G4. Oh, it's G4 Play. Did I say Plus or Play?
Play.
Oh, I've got that. I keep getting it confused. I tell you what, this phone does remind me of when you look at it from the front. I don't know how well it's going to show.
It looks
not very
like
well. It kind of looks like the front of a Nexus 4 to me.
Well, kind of.
As in, speaker grill up top, LED there, screen obviously, and then there's a microphone just down there in the chin. Hang on. Yeah, fairly similar though. So from the camera.
To be fair, when was the last time you saw a phone that wasn't basically a black sheet of glass?
No, I just looked at it. I was like, I got this. Like, this is what I had to go down to the store. Came home, took it out. I was like, I've seen that phone. I've seen that front before, somewhere before.
You went, gosh, that phone looks just like a phone. Oh, what a bold styling choice that was.
Oh, come on, it's 12 minutes past 9. I'll ask Mark what he's got that's going to pop up for review this week, just in the process of trying to keep it short.
This week, things are in cut. We've got some. Oh, shit, I need to change the fucking screen so I can see where I am. Right. Okay, these. Let's see if we can actually get the name. Kind of.
JBL.
No. J and L. Oh, God, that's not.
Oh, there we go. Now it's focused.
Okay. Yeah, J and L Real. These are the. Oh shit! What's it? J and L.
Bluetooth.
103
guess that much.
Bluetooth earphones. So they're actually pretty good. I was kind of surprised. I expected them to be a lot more sort of basic crap. But no,
But they
actually,
weren't.
yeah, no, really good. So what other things do we have in here? Right. Oh, actually, first, let me do next, because this I hope to try and get up very soon, because it's currently on sale right now. So trying to kind of get it up. You see?
That looks like two. It looks like an EI and then a backwards E.
Yes, that's the
to me
symbol for Elephone. Do you remember Elephone?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had their P8000.
Yeah, that one that you were really torn on getting rid of.
Yeah, well, it's now gone. But so these are some earbuds. These are noise cancelling earbuds that they make.
Oh.
Yeah, so they're quite interesting also. And just because we don't have enough earphones, we have these.
The fuck is that design?
And these.
The fuck is that? What the hell? Please tell me that's got a little bit that slides down so you can put them in your ear.
Well, no, they go like all the way in your ear.
Fuck me.
That kind of is almost what it feels like sometimes. I don't know if you can see the name. If the camera will focus. Come on, camera.
No, it's had too much to drink.
Well, I think it's because it's too small.
Oh, there was something. There was something.
Come on, camera.
No, it's not going. Not unless you were to do manual focus, but that's a tedious process.
Ah, fuck's sake. Well, the name is Etymotic.
Okay.
And I suspect that may mean nothing to you, and it probably will mean nothing to all the people that are listening. But Etymotic are a company that have made, for most of the history, they have made one consumer earphone. They have basically never changed it in all that time.
Oh, wow.
It is called the ER4, and there are sort of 3 different impedance versions of it, depending on which. And they have brought out 2 new revisions to it. So one of these, and these ones, again, I don't think it will focus.
Yep, ER4 SR. Yeah, that focused pretty quick, actually.
Those are the studio reference. So they have fractionally increased the accuracy of those. And each of them, each pair, comes with its very own certificate of not just authenticity, but of actual sound measuring and testing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, so that chair's getting worse, Mark.
I stopped noticing it.
Oh God, it's getting worse.
So literally every pair, and I'll switch this other ones because they look almost exactly the same. Okay, so that's These ones, we'll see if this will focus.
They really do look like you just ram them in your ears.
Oh yeah, I mean, they go really, really deep. There's a reason I used to always say that ER stood for ear rape. Yeah, you say, you laugh. The default tips that these come with, they come with a triple flange thing. And holy crap, they are the most uncomfortable things ever in the universe. Like, if you use them on somebody against their will, it would be considered torture, right? And I'm not joking. That really, anyone who's ever tried to use an ETI triple flange, which is like those, they are the oh god, they are absolutely the most uncomfortable thing ever in the entire fucking universe. I have no idea why Etimotics still make them and still supply them. Like, seriously, Eti, these things are £320 and all the tips you supply are all fucking horrible.
And will rape your ears in the process.
Oh, I mean, they're seriously, right? Like, oh my god, the words can't express how bad they are. But
how much pain you feel when they go into your ears.
Okay, so this is your little envelope you get. Your certificate of performance.
Oh god, all that stuff that means nothing to anyone who isn't an audiophile.
Well, if you read it, you'll know what it means. Essentially, they're channel matched to within under like 1 decibel kind of thing, and somewhere, is it around there? There's like, you know, the person who ever's done it has certified and signed them off.
Mm-hmm.
So every pair gets its own certificate. You know, that individual pair has been measured, checked, certified, and signed off by somebody.
Yeah.
So yeah, they are awesome. And so the studio reference ones are basically, for all intents and purposes, the same sound as the originals. The interesting one is the I don't know if you saw that, the XR.
Yep.
Or is it X something? Yeah, XR.
Something like that.
They are essentially more bass. That's what they do. They add more bass in.
Okay.
So anybody who's ever used Etimotic, one of the things that is often attributed to them is they are acoustically perfect. That is what they're measured to. That is what they're designed to replicate. Unfortunately, the way humans perceive sound, we perceive low frequencies using our whole ear and our whole bodies. So this is why when people use Etimotics, even though they measure perfectly, people consider them to be very bass light, because the only thing they're affecting is basically your eardrum.
Yep.
Not affecting like the whole of the rest of your ear. So you're not getting any of that other sensory input. So one of the things that people say is, you know, I want more bass. And finally, after like, I don't know, pushing 30 years of production, Etimotic have decided to make a more bassy one. And it's awesome. It's amazingly good. It is 320 quid, so it's not the cheapest thing in the world. And all the tips that come with it are shit and should go in the bin. And the case that comes with it is so big you could put a car in it. Again, it's something you need to basically go out and buy a new one, because seriously, like Etimotic, like, how long have you been doing this? And this is what you give? Seriously?
On a little plug, Mark does have on the site some reviews to headphone or earphones, let's say, cases.
Yes. Couple, another one that's on my desk is like, you know, this little thing. You know, seriously, like this, way better. I mean, seriously, look at the size of it.
Yeah, I mean, the one I'm going to.
I mean, the thing is huge. I mean, what does the Etimotic think you're going to do? Think that is what you're going to carry around in your pocket and put them in?
This is the one that I put the little lav mic in.
Yeah, like that. Sensible size.
Sensible size.
This is not sensible size, right? Seriously, Nexus 5.
Yeah,
right?
it's a phone case.
It's not. But look at the thickness. Look at the thickness. Look at it.
It's thicker than a fat man in McDonald's.
I mean, it's just massive. I mean,
there's a lot of that's what she said jokes in this one.
I guess, but I mean, yeah, because these seriously deep penetrating things. But yeah, I mean, from any kind of other company, I would kind of be a lot more forgiving. But these are expensive products. They're like 320 quid, so they're not cheap.
They're not cheap.
Okay. And the fact that all of the tips that come with it are shit, right? All of them. They're all horrible. My very strong suggestion is go and buy some small Sure olives, which are the little things you see on here. And they get called olives because they kind of look like little black olives.
Yeah, they're just your standard, probably not the correct term, but your standard gummy tips. As a lot of
no,
people.
no, these are foam things. So
they're the foam ones.
Them, see, they squished, and then they.
Oh, see, I don't like the foam ones.
Oh well, you probably more experienced like complies. These the olives are slightly slick, and even still, when you insert them, what you really want to do is basically lick the bud.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. But no, these are the ones I've prefer.
If you don't like. Certain things require lubrication when going in, and these are one of them.
No, these are the ones I use. They're just little gummy. They just kind of like.
Yeah. No, these like the whole thing goes like in.
Yeah. No, these just use surroundings going, and it's in fact that's what most. If you say to people, gummy, that's what they quite often think, not the little rubbery stuff.
Yeah.
Not rubber. You know what I mean? Foam.
Yes. Yeah. But. Yeah, I mean, one of the things that like ER4s are still kind of legendary for is partly because these go in so incredibly far, is they offer so much sound isolation. There is nothing that beats them. Nothing matches them.
Okay, so my Audacity is coming up to 1 minute 8. 1 minute 8, 1 hour 8.
Yeah, so there's that. There's other earphone shit. There's always earphones.
Well, one of these days we'll just send Mark a camera with a wide ass lens. We're going to put all his stuff on the floor.
And that I'll try and get up like fairly soon too.
Yeah, we'll just get to put all his stuff on the floor. Yeah, we just get you to put all your stuff on the floor with a big ass wide angle lens and just go snap and just label them all, and it will just insert that as a screenshot.
Oh, also, and there are these are basically written. I just need to kind of finish and
photos and
like
shit.
Do the fucking photos. Yeah, but they're quite nice.
Ooh. So
yeah. Oh, and I should probably also talk about one that we did post.
Oh, did we post?
I kind of feel that I feel does absolutely need. Mentioned.
A little shout out.
Yeah. Did you see at all the review I put up for the RE00s?
No, but I remember you banging on about them. So.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, you basically called them the super looks of earbuds.
Oh, I mean, they are so beyond that. Like, yeah. So these. Yeah, cable. I think I described it as kinky like German porn.
But
yeah, these.
Kinky like German porn. Kinky like a German porno.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you described it.
Yeah, I mean, it is, though. I mean, look at it. It's just, ugh. Yeah, crap cable, really horrible cable. Don't like the cable. But these are $35.
Which is not a lot.
$35. No, I don't know what it works out. From Massdrop.
Less than $35. Less than 35 quid. So I'm going to guess 30 quid.
And for in the UK, it's an extra $5 for postage. So $40.
So $40 would be with the power of Google. £32.69.
Okay. They come with a package that includes basically nothing. It includes 2 pairs of tips. Neither I particularly loved. Like I said, the cable is kind of crap on it. I mean, like,
yeah, kinky than a German porno.
Crap cable. So you probably need to buy a case, which other case. You'll need to buy tips probably. My suggestion would be the very large complies. So those tips are like a $5 a pair. So yeah, complies not cheap, but oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, they are the most amazingly good sounding earphones. They are basically RE0s. For anyone who remembers those, they used to go for 200 and something whatever dollars. And then one Christmas they went on sale for $100. Headfight went absolutely batshit crazy. Like absolutely batshit crazy, because see these things at $100, they basically sound almost identical to your what 200 and, okay, it's not these, but I'm not raking them out, the £250 ER4s.
Yeah.
And I mean, apart from the isolation that they provide, they are essentially acoustically almost identical. And if anything, I'd actually give it to the RE0s.
Oh,
so
right.
These, the new 00 at $35, Massdrop has resurrected them. And at $35, there is absolutely nothing on this earth that will come close to how well they sound.
Oh,
you will have to be at least 10 times as much money to beat them.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so when I was saying to you before, like, oh my god, if you're thinking, like, if you have the money, buy a pair. Really seriously, anyone, if, I don't know when the drop ends, but if it's still running,
ended and then it picked up again.
It had ended and it started back up a few days ago.
So I think it's just
I got
on and off drop, to be honest.
Yeah, at $35, they are so far. I mean, like I said, the cable's crap. You'll need to buy a case. You'll need to buy tips. But they are so far beyond everything else. Everything. They will be comparatively bass-light compared with what most people are used to. So if that's a problem, then, well, that's, frankly, it's your problem. But oh my god, the amount of detail and resolution that those things are capable of is incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, at $35, it's just, there is nothing that will touch them.
Yep. So, in the interest of trying to keep not going on any longer than we need to.
But yeah, so in short, it's like, if you have whatever Chris said, like £28, and you're at all interested, and you want to know what proper high quality audio is, order a pair of those, because oh my god, they are incredibly good.
Yeah.
And
so
I'll shut up about them.
Yeah. So of course, the website is www.mobiletechtalk.co.uk. Twitter is @MTTFeed. Instagram is MobileTechTalk. Facebook is MobileTechTalk UK. YouTube and Google Plus, you know the drill by now. Just search MobileTechTalk. Yeah. And last of all, Patreon. So it's obviously patreon.com/MobileTechTalk.
Because it's not like you're just going to Google the damn things, are you? Because that's because we all type like URLs in. Yeah. We don't just Google. It's like I'm looking for Yahoo, so it's like, yeah, I'll Google it.
.com. Yeah. So if you can give us a little bit of money, we can make some better shit for you. And my Audacity is clocking it in at 1 minute 15. Deduct a minute, 1 minute 14. So 1 hour 14 is what I meant to say. So once again,
that's okay. Once Chris grows up, he'll learn how to count the big boy numbers.
Like, so 18 in November, and still can't read the time properly.
Yeah, we'll get you a grown-up watch with the circle and the hands, the pointy things.
No, all seriously, I can read the time. It's just it's got to that point in the day. It's just like. So once again, thanks to Mark for joining us. We didn't mention quickly whack it on the end. Dom's jaw's basically giving him shit again. So probably Dom's going to be out of action for some more time. So we'll try and swap stuff around, try and add a couple of things.
Yeah, we're kind of thinking, well, specifically I've been sort of thinking we want to try and shake the podcast up a little bit and not maybe make it always a hardcore me, Chris, Dom. We'll try and get a sort of a couple of other people. Fred, who you've already met.
Fred is cool. I got to admit, I like Fred.
Fred, I think it was quite enjoyed his couple of times on, so I think he's going to start becoming a regular. We also had the guest who didn't quite make it today because his former employer has website. His former employer was NatWest/RBS, and he does computery things.
That's a technical term.
Yeah, well, I could tell you, but it was batch processing, but I suspect that doesn't mean a lot to most
for anybody at all.
Yeah, like you know when they went all tits up and nobody's banking transactions took place. It was because of the department that you worked for. But there was much of RBS once it got bought by the government went on a money saving crusade, and part of that money crusade was outsourcing a great deal.
Yeah, like everything these days, and they all start complaining when it goes wrong.
So yes, somebody somewhere made a boo-boo and the bank went.
Not today.
Well, I don't know. Something happened. They phoned him. He no longer works for them.
Yeah, that's the bit I found interesting.
Yeah, no longer works for them. But they have phoned him and said, "Please help stuff." So that's where he is. And Fred's got the plague. Although
he's got man flu. There's a difference.
Oh, well, whatever. Plague is... I just call it all illnesses plague.
Yeah, so before...
You're sick, go away. I don't want you.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to breathe the same air as you. So...
Yeah, so, and also, I'm trying... I don't know if you met her. Did you ever meet Sophie? Or chat to Sophie?
Probably not.
Old friend of mine, mathematician, she's the one that was doing the Girls Star Trek podcast. Something.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about her.
Yeah. So she sort of kind of did a little bit of stuff with MobileTechTalk for a very brief period, and then there were some personal life issues, so she had to kind of step back.
Shit got thrown up in front of her, basically.
Yeah, so, you know, life things, they happen. But I'm going to see if we can kind of try and chase her back, because I think it would be good to get a girly on.
Yeah, surely people must get fed up of reading what? I mean, is there 6-7 blokes' opinions all in one place?
Yeah, I mean, whilst like techie stuff does tend to be dominated,
yeah,
you know, it's like there are techie nerdy girls. I mean,
Erica Griffin, Lauren Gould, Karen Swisher. Yeah, they're just the ones that spring to mind. But no, yeah, I did do the outro, and we're still bloody going on. So if you have made it this far, you have too much time on your hands. I'll put it that way.
Also, but just as a thought, if anybody who has made it all this way through, if you would like to be a special guest, do feel free to contact us and say you're interested, and
we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, might invite
swings and roundabouts is what comes to mind. Swing a few swings and swing a few roundabouts, we may be able to sort you out. Or if you want to
swing roundabouts,
push roundabouts doesn't. Okay, whatever. Or if you have somebody in mind that you would like to see, let us know that as well. I would say message Dom, but I think Dom's a bit broken.
Yes, although I think it could be something to set up for in the future. I know Dom was quite keen on doing his
Tell Me More series, which we did about 3. That sounds dodgy one-on-one.
Well, the sort of one-on-one kind of interviews, things that he was doing. So if there's anyone in particular in tech-ish land, or just kind of really in anything, I don't really care. You know, it's Christmas. Like there, no, let's get Dom to interview Santa.
Yeah, but no, just I'd say just messages. You can message us on Twitter, which is the @MTT feed. I have access to that, so I can pick it up. I know Craig has, so if anything, he can forward. And I know Dom has. I don't know about you, Mark. Do you have access for it via TweetDeck?
Don't think so.
Okay.
To be honest, I'm not especially like wanting.
No. So someone will pick it up somewhere. If not, just tweet us like Mark24.
Yeah, I mean, if I end up getting it, you'll just start getting a raft of like political retweets that you don't want. Trust me.
Yeah. No, if anyone reads Mark's timeline on Twitter, you'll know what he means. Yeah. I'd say probably what 90% of your Twitter is just retweets.
I've kind of tried to tame it down, partly because
complaining to Gift by the looks.
Complaining? No, that wasn't a complaint to Gift Gab. They said something. No, I was trying to make a funny, but they didn't understand it.
Oh, they're too stupid.
Kind of. Gift Gab had tweeted something about oh, it's a dark and stormy night or whatever. You're home alone and the phone rings.
Oh God.
What do you answer? And I said, you go and check the children. Why? Come on, Chris. Why would you go and check the children?
I've got a feeling this would be something I know, but I can't think of.
Okay, you're at home, alone. It's just you, and it's dark and stormy and scary, and the phone rings like the actual landline.
Who uses a landline?
Well, exactly, but it has to for the thing to work. Like, have you ever watched any scary movie with a babysitter in it?
Not really.
The landline rings, she picks it up. Have you checked the children?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. The penny's dropped.
Yeah. See, like, yeah. Okay. Gift Gab didn't get it either.
I bet it took a little less explaining than that before you gave him one.
Well, you are 12, so you probably haven't seen. You're thinking a landline. What the fuck's one of those?
Anyway, I'm going to end it here because we are still going at what? Oh God, yeah. I dread to think. 1 hour 23. Oh, I said it right. So yeah, see you next week.